Gopijana Ballava Girivaradhari. Gopijana Ballava Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Janarandana Yashodanandana Vajanarandana Yashodanandana Vajanarandana Yashodanandana Vajanarandana Yashodanandana Vajanarandana Yamuna Chela Vanachari Yamuna Chela Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Behari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, come on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Behari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Behari. Jaya Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Parivihacharya, also those that is His Divine Grace of Vaishnava and the Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki. ESKCON founder, Piviti founder, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jaya Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Parivihacharya, Astos that is His man, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda Ki. Ramananda Pandit Sri Bhakti Mahamotsav Ki. Srila Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Shri Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasai Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund. Giri Govardhana Ki. Vasura Vrindavan Dhama Ki. Navadvip Maya Padama Ki. Jagannath Paridama Ki. ESKCON Brooklyn Sri Radha Govinda Mandir Ki. Chamunda Maya Ganga Maya Ki. Hudson Maya Ki. Srimad Tulsi Devi Ki. Bhakti Devi Ki. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki. Sankirtan Yagya Ki. Sunset Participation. Jagannath, Lord Jagannath Rath Yatra Festival tomorrow Ki. Kal Jagannath Mahotsav Ki. Jagannath Festival, Jagannath Rath Yatra Chariot Festival tomorrow, 5th Avenue. What time? Huh? What time? Huh? 11 o'clock where? Tompkins Square Park. Starting there. Really? I thought it was Fifth Avenue. Huh? Huh? Yeah, okay. Sarvata Bhakta Vindaki. Go Premanandi. God Assembly. Transcendental Cow Protection Key. There's a cow somewhere in the backyard there. Sarvata Bhakta Vindaki. Go Premanandi. All glory Assembly devotees. All glory Assembly devotees. Glory to Assembly devotees. Glory to Sri Guru and Sri Ganga. Glory to the Pope. The Mahavisnu Swami show is on the air. Today, continuing to hear, although it's the day before Rath Yatra, chapter Canto 4, chapter 8, which 56. Dhruva Maharaj leaves home. 57, okay. So this Śrimad Bhāgavatam is not a sectarian Hindu book, but it's actually science. Just like to give a little introduction here, because many people think we're Hindu. Actually, the word Hindu was invented by the Muslims, the other side of the Indus River, Prabhupada says. They couldn't pronounce Sindhu properly. But they meant the Varnashram, people who followed Varnashram Dharma on the other side of the river. Although we're earmarked as Hindus, actually what we're simply presenting is the science of God. The science of chemistry, science of physics, science of math, science of astronomy, so many sciences. And they're all over the planet. But Prabhupada wanted the science of God be recognized. And the basic is Bhagavad Gita, Śrimad Bhāgavatam. Bhagavad Gita is like the school leaving certificate. And then Śrimad Bhāgavatam goes into more detail, process of creation, so many things, astronomy, astrology, different incarnations, and of course Lord Krishna. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita's postgraduate study, when Krishna comes himself to teach the process of the ultimate goal of life, which is to described in the Bhagavatam, to develop love of God, like the gopis. So that's what we're doing here. Doesn't matter whether you're Hindu, Christian, or Muslim. We welcome you all because Prabhupada said, there's all Vedic scriptures. Many times Prabhupada is saying this. Bible is Vedic, Quran is Vedic, because it's teaching ultimate knowledge of God, the science of God. It is not a sectarian movement. So today we're having this wonderful festival on Fifth Avenue. We welcome everyone from all walks of life, all faiths. You come and pull the form of the Lord. The form of the Lord. A little controversial. You may think, well, God doesn't have a form. and we can talk about that. But today we'll read this verse, special verse chosen for today. And we also talk about the Rath Yatra festival. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yeah. I want to hear. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This chapter is called Dhruva Maharaj Leaves Home. Text 57. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Svecha Vatara Charite Achinchanija Mayaya Karisyati Uttama Tad Jayed Tridayan Gamam Svechavatara Charite Achincha Nija Mayaya Karisyat Uttama Tad Jayed Tridayan Gamam Svechavatara Charite Achincha Nija Mayaya Karisyat Uttama Tad Jayed Judayan Gamam Svechavatara Charite Achinchane Jamayaya Karisyat Uttama Shlokas Tad Jayed Judayan Gamam Svechavatara Charite Incharupa Mayaya Karisyat. Ladies, please. Svechavatara Charite Ritavatar Taike Svaicha, by his own supreme will, avatara, incarnation, charitai, activities, achintya, inconceivable, nijamayaya, by his own potency, karisyati, performs, Uttama Shloka, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, taught that Jayet, one should meditate, Hridayam Gamam, very attractive. The words of Narad Muni to his disciple Dhruva Maharaj. My dear Dhruva, besides worshipping the deity and chanting the mantra 3 times a day, you should meditate upon the transcendental activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in its different incarnations, as exhibited by his supreme will and personal potencies. Please repeat. My dear Dhruva, besides worshipping the deity and chanting the mantra 3 times a day, you should meditate upon the transcendental activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his different incarnations, as exhibited by his supreme will and personal potencies. Purport by ISKCON founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Abhayachan Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Devotional service comprises 9 prescribed practices: hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping, serving, offering everything to the deity, etc. Here, Dhruva Maharaj is advised not only to meditate on the form of the Lord, but to think of his transcendental pastimes in his different incarnations. Mayavadi philosophers take the incarnation of the Lord to be in the same category as the ordinary living entity. This is a great mistake. The incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not forced to act by the material laws of nature. The word svecha is used here to indicate that he appears out of his supreme will. The conditioned soul is forced to accept a particular type of body according to his karma, given by the laws of material nature, under the direction of the Supreme Lord. But when the Lord appears, he is not forced by the dictation of material nature. He appears as he likes by his own internal potency. That is the difference. The conditioned soul accepts a particular type of body, such as the body of a hog, by his work and by the supreme authority, by the superior authority of material nature. But when Lord Krishna appears in the incarnation of a boar, he is not the same kind of hog as an ordinary animal. Krishna appears as a Varaha avatar in an expansive feature which cannot be compared to an ordinary hog's. His appearance and disappearance are inconceivable to us. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly said that he appears by his own internal potency for the protection of the devotees and the annihilation of the non-devotees. A devotee should always consider that Krishna does not appear as an ordinary human being or ordinary beast. His appearance as Varahamurti or a horse or tortoise is an exhibition of his internal potency. In the Brahma Samhita it is said, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabhis. Brahma Samhita 537. One should not mistake the appearance of the Lord as a human being or a beast to be the same as the birth of an ordinary conditioned soul who is forced to appear by the laws of nature, whether as an animal, as a human being, or as a demigod. This kind of thinking is offensive. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has condemned the Mayavadis as offensive to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because of their thinking that the Lord and the conditioned living entities are one and the same. Narad advises Dhruva to meditate on the pastimes of the Lord, which is as good as the meditation of concentrating one's mind on the form of the Lord. As meditation on any form of the Lord is valuable, so is chanting of different names of the Lord, such as Hari, Govinda, and Narayana. But in this age, we are specially advised to chant the Hare Krishna mantra as enunciated in the Shastra. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki. Om Gana Timurandasya, Jananjana Salakaya, Chaksuran Melitam Jena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Savitam Yena Bhutale, Swayam Rupa Karamayam, Dadati Swapadantikam, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadha, Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Makam karoti vachalam pangam langai tegerim, yat kripataram bande Shri Gurun Dinasayanam. By the mercy of the spiritual master, a blind man can see the stars, a dumb man can see the stars, a lame man can climb mountains, and a dumb man can speak poetry. Srila Prabhupada ki. So, yeah, that's what we're doing at Rath Yatra. We're trying to show people that Lord Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Nila Chalenya Vashaya Nichaya Paramatmane Balabhadram Subhadram Vyam Jagannathayatena Maha. That these are transcendental forms. They're not wood and paint, like ordinary shop window dolls, anything like that, fiberglass, whatever you make them out of. No. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam avyayopi san prakritim svamadistaya sambhavami atma maya. Sambhavami atma maya. Krishna appears by his own transcendental energy into this material world. Prabhupada gives the example, simple example we've heard many times. Just like if President Trump wants to visit the jail in New York City, he may want to go and visit somebody and encourage the criminals to be good. But if the criminal thinks, hey, look, Mr. Trump's a prisoner now. President Trump's a prisoner. That's crazy, you know, because he has He has so much power. He can walk in the prison and walk out. So this is the basic philosophy of Krishna consciousness. That the different energies of the Lord, like earth, Bhumirapana Vayu Kamana Buddha Evacha, in 7th chapter. Ahankarai Tiyamai Prakriti Masti. So there's eightfold separated material energies, but there's another energy, which is the living entity. Aparyam Chasamyam Prakritim Vidimai Param Diva Bhuta Mahabaho Yayadam Darite Jagat. There's another a higher energy, which are the living entities. So this is the science. This is important to know, that nothing is going on in this material world by the development of dead matter. This, what's his name? Elon Musk. He's making electrical motor cars. I saw one the other day. The first time I saw one, very streamlined. But still, somebody's pressing the button. It may run in the traffic and do everything by computer, but somebody has to press the button. And some live living entity who's, got a mind and intelligence, etc., is conscious. A motor car is going to sit for millions of years unless someone gets in the driving seat and gets it moving. And the poor fools, public, they think, oh, wonderful, wonderful, electric car, computer, AI, chat GBC. Sorry. Excuse me. What's it? Chat what? Chat something. So, I'm not saying anything bad against the GBC. It just came out like that. So, this is the whole thing, The modern scientists, this is why I'm going on about sciences. The Bhāgavatam and Bhagavad Gita is saying, the basic elements of existence are matter and spirit. And when they're combined together, things start moving. Itadyonini bhutani savanityupadare aham krishnasya jagatra prabhava pralayastata. This whole universe, just like a body. Once I met this Spanish lady, we were coming from, I don't know where we were coming from. Sitting next to her, she was a nurse. She'd been on holiday in Argentina or somewhere. And I asked her, I said, what do you do when someone's going to die? She's a nurse. She sees people dying every day. You know what she said? We open the window. We open the window. You get what I'm saying? When someone's going to die, that she opens the window. No response. You think that's a good answer? She thinks that something goes out of the window, but she doesn't know. Something is missing in the dead body. Difference between a live body and dead. Something is missing. Something is missing. We don't know, the scientists. The Bhagavad Gita is identifying ourselves with that something. Denos vinyata dehi komaram yavanam jara tata dehantara prapti diristachana. And avinasi chadvi, that which pervades the entire body is indestructible. This is the basis of our, our science. And the modern scientists, you can't explain it. We've all read that book, Life Comes from Life. But the public don't know this. They're thinking we are this body. And when we have the Rath Yatra festival today, we take it tomorrow, Jagannath Baladev, taking him out. This is a challenge. Jagannath, we're saying Jagannath. I mean, Lord Trump says, I believe in God. And on the dollar note it says, in God we trust. In God we trust. The Republicans, they believe in God. We don't know what the Democrats believe. Maybe they don't believe in God. But for instance, in our Krishna conscious movement, it says man and woman should get married and have children. But there are some asuras, non-devotees, they're saying, you don't have to be man and woman to have children. You can have same-sex marriage and surrogate kids. It's all one, it doesn't matter. The Krishna conscious movement, we're standing up for God. In God we trust. And we're defining God. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mata parataram nanyat kinchitasti dadantaya maya savamidam protam sutre manigana eva. Krishna says, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. A wonderful example, just like on our beads there's a thread. So everything is resting on Krishna in one of his forms, maybe Super Soul, or his energies, or a personal form. So this incarnation of Lord Jagannath is very appropriate, because Lord Chaitanya, he worshipped Lord Jagannath in Jagannath Puri for many years. How many years? 18 years? Lord Chaitanya was in Jagannath for 18 years, and joining in this festival to establish in human society that there is a Supreme Lord, and he is a person. Now, most people don't like this, the idea that God is a person. But if you think of yourself, just logically, meditation, I'm a person, my father was a person, my father's father was a person, and my grandfather, great-grandfather was a person, blah, 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 going back. So where do all these persons come from? There must be Adi Purusha. There must be an original person. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaha Bhajami. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaha Bhajami. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaha Bhajami. So I remember when my brother was a top scientist in Canada. He was the chief scientist of Canada for some time. And he came to the Govinda's restaurant in London, Soho Street. And I said, would you like to see the deities? Would you like to see the deities? He said, yeah. So we went up the stairs. I said, can you take your shoes off, please? And he took his shoes off. And then he went into the temple room, and there was Radha Landanishwara, like Radha Govinda, beautifully dressed, garlands, everything so sweet, Madhurya, so sweet. And then there was Jagannath, with big eyes, like a totem pole, like, something modern art. So, and Gaunitai was there, small Gaunitai. So my brother, he was dressed in a suit and tie, and a scientist. He looked at Radha Landanishwara. He looked at Jagannath, like he was going to an art gallery. When you go to an art gallery, you look at the paintings, and you've got your glass of champagne. Cockney. He looked at Jagannath and said, I like these ones. I like these ones. So that was my brother, So Jagannath is like that, It's just like a smiley on the what you call it, WhatsApp. You put these smileys, different smileys. And Jagannath's a beautiful smiling. And he's smiling actually because we're so stupid. We're so stupid. Just like Krishna smiled to see Arjuna in illusion. Arjuna was thinking, how can I kill my relatives? Bhishma and Dronacharya and my brothers, how can I kill them all? There'll be sociological problem, husbands will be killed, unwanted progeny, Varna Sankara, blah, blah, blah. And when Arjuna realized that he couldn't get out of his perplexity, Shishyasteham sarimam prapanam. Now I am a soul surrendered unto you, Krishna. Please instruct me. Asocha sanvasocha stram pragyavasam sabhasite gatasam nanasochanti pandita. While speaking learned words, Arjuna, you are lamenting for that which is not worthy of grief. The wise lament neither for the living nor the dead. Natvevaham jatu nasam natram. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. So how are people going to understand this? By distributing books, yes. By distributing prasadam, yes. But I've been hearing about Prabhupada, Tompkins Square Park, and how he took the Tomkam. When I was in New Vrindavan, we went to the Palace of Gold. And I asked Prabhu there, forgotten his name, can I hold the bongo? The Prabhupada held the bongo. Prabhupada had the bongo. I don't know where it was from. It's wooden bongo, about this long. And he was playing. And he was singing, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So what was he doing? Was he just an old man? No, he was following the Vedic scriptures. Iti shodikasam nam nam, kalikalmasanasanam, nata parata rupaya, savedredishudishyate. These 16 words can destroy all the bad qualities of the age of Kali. Prabhupada wasn't just singing any pop song, Bob Dylan song. The times they are changing. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, sing a song for me. I'm not sleeping and there ain't no place I'm going to. No. That's what all the hippies were singing, right? Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, a Rolling Stone. Prabhupada's a Rolling Stone, actually. He rolled all over the world, over 13 times, chanting Hare Krishna. It's amazing. So Prabhupada knew what he was doing. Kalya dose nide rajan asti yamukha mahanguna ketinadeva Krishna syamukha sangam parambaja. There's so many bad qualities in the age of Kali. But by this ketinadeva Krishna syam, everyone can get freed. There's so many verses. I don't want to bore you. You know them all. Some people may not. They may be out there. They don't know all these verses. But every devotee knows quite a few verses that prove by descending knowledge. The problem is that the modern science, which we're hearing in college and school, is ascending knowledge. We speculate, we take experiments, we look through telescopes, but our senses have 4 defects. Okay, defects please. First defect, loudly please. Imperfect senses, next one please. Cheating propensity. Huh? Like to be illusion, and one more. Make mistakes, yes. So how do we get perfect knowledge from these scientists? It's all cheating, basically. Everyone's being cheated in their colleges and universities. Everyone's getting cheated just to be turned into a unit of workforce so that somebody can make money and we can keep the whole show going. But what is the whole show? It's parabhavastavada bodhijata yavana jigyasita atmatatma. It's all defeated. What's it defeated by? Birth, death, old age, and disease. I mean, Elon Musk, my dear sir, can you overcome old age, disease, and death? Mr. Trump says he believes in God, and many people believe in God. But do they know how to overcome birth, old age, and disease? By your hospitals, by your rocket ships, by your medicine. Okay, they invent a new vaccine coming around the corner. I don't know what the next one is, bird flu, COVID 108 maybe. But can you stop birth, old age, disease, and death by your modern science? Nothing. You can't do nothing. All cheating, bluffing the people. Prabhupada said all this. I'm just repeating what Prabhupada says, and I believe it. So what's the best thing we can do? The Krishna says, Sahayagya prajasisva puruvacha prajapati anena prasavisyadvam esavo vishvakamadu. The Supreme Person, Jagannath, the time of creation, he sent forth generations of men and demigods and blessed them by saying, be thou happy by this sacrifice, because I will bestow upon you all desirable things. So everyone's wondering, the whole world looks like a mess. Now Israel is attacking Iran, knocking out the nuclear people and factories. And, there's riots in, there's so many things that are going on. Nobody knows the solution. Prabhupada says, it's a patchwork. When this crisis comes, we make some patchwork, then patchwork. But there's a solution. And ISKCON, Hare Krishna movement, headquarters in, 205 Tremont Street. We're inviting Donald Trump, please come here. Please come and we can give you the solution. We can come to your place in the golf course. We can give classes in the solution. So you can run your country. You want to MAGA, you want to make your America great again. So I know that's a good idea and you believe in God. So we can tell you how to make America great again with this spiritual knowledge. It's very simple actually. Bhagavad Gita, we can teach you this in afternoon. We can prove it. You've changed your body from childhood to youth to old age. And everyone, Mr. Putin is changing his body from childhood, youth to old age. And Mr. Netanyahu in Israel is changing. So we're not this body. We already changed our body. So what's the point of this nationalism? Nationalism is a waste of time. Everything belongs to God, not just America. Make the whole universe great, make the whole Russia great, make every country great, because it belongs to God. So how are we going to get this through to the Mudas? The Mudas don't believe in, they think, when we pull Jagannath through the street tomorrow, many of them will think, it's Hare Krishna, some idol, some word. So what's going to get through to their hearts? Two things, Prabhupada said, Prasadam and the holy names. Prasadam Prasadam ki. And the holy names ki. So this is the process for this modern day and age. There's no other way. There's no other way. There's no other way, the scriptures say. So come back to the Bhāgavatam, if I can. Prabhupada is saying about the murti and meditating on the activities of the Lord. So this Rath Yatra festival tomorrow is an activity of the Lord. And Lord Chaitanya is taking part in it. And we're taking part in it as Lord Chaitanya's servants, and servants of Lord Jagannath and Radha Govinda. So we're actually in this Leela, amazing Leela, pulling the chariots. Devotees are working so hard, Festival of India. And we're going to Washington Square Park, there'll be tons of prasadam. And this is all transcendental and blissful. Why do people like Hare Krishna? Because we're blissful. We think it's great. Dancing and singing. Yesterday I was a bit tired, you know. I want some advice. Any dietitian here? You know, after my meal, I took in Kadamba restaurant, I took pasta. But then after about 1 hour, I got worn out at the age of 80. So, you know, I need to have some diet, which, like booster. Booster prasadam, so I can go on. You know, I remember everyone says in the early days, Vishnu Jan, they used to go out for 6-8 hours every day on Harinam. How did they do it? And now I'm 80, I'm thinking, most I can do is like 2 or 3 hours. So what can I do? There must be some special prasadam you can inject in me so I can go on for longer, you know? Like burfi bars or something. Burfi bar? Burfi bar on Harinam. Stuff a burfi bar in. When you're feeling you're getting worn out with the holy name, you stuff a burfi bar in. And this way we can, you know, spread the movement more effectively. So please, dietitians and doctors, think about it. How to jack up these 80-year-olds, you know, over the hump. Devotees like me. We need boosters every 2 or 3 hours on Harinam. But the main thing is the holy name is going out. It's a yajna. And just think, you know, in that verse, Sahayagya Prajafis Purvaka Prajo, the demigods are pleased by what we're doing. It's not that it's just going down Fifth Avenue. All the demigods, Indra, Agni, Shiva, Vishnu, everyone, their soul will be so happy to see us putting Lord Jagannath. And they'll bless this planet. And there are so many Rath Yatra festivals going on all over the world. And they're blessing this planet, saving this planet. Save the planet now by this Rath Yatra festival, distributing prasadam and the books. Srila Prabhupada came. Srila Prabhupada came to save the world, and he's doing it through us. We're his representatives, and the spiritual masters, ISKCON spiritual masters, they're passing on the same message by Guru Parampara. And therefore, there need never be a third world war. Don't think there has to be a third world war, a big blackout. Because we have the Maha Mantra. It's all powerful. It's no different from Krishna. Nam Chintamani Krishnas, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Sudha Nitya Mukto, Binatvam Nama Namana. Krishna's none different from his name. So tomorrow we're going to blast out. And so 3 chariots, 4 chariots, the holy name, and the demigods will be watching, and hopefully Trump will be watching. Of course, Mr. Trump facilitated this Rath Yatra festival. The first festival in 1976, I'll never forget it, that story. I love Mr. Trump for this. Some people say, oh, that was a long time ago. No. We were looking for a place to build the Rath Yatra carts in 76. No, everyone said, no, you don't have insurance. So we went down to the old San Francisco yards, and we spoke to the secretary. You know the story, but it's a great story. And she said, well, I'll ask the boss, You're the Hare Krishnas, I'll ask the boss. Yeah, I'll ring you, don't worry, I'll ring you. We forget it, It was a phone call. Well, we got a letter from the boss. You come on down. Excuse my American. And we showed the letter. Signed Donald Trump. ISKCON can disused railway yards in New York. Wow. That's amazing. I always think that's amazing. And so we're doing the same festival, which was facilitated by, and Prabhupada sat on the cart in 76. It was the most glorious Rath Yatra, except for London, of course. London 73, that was the best. Trafalgar Square. But anyway, don't want to get into internal politics, but we glorify Donald Trump forever for doing this. I hope he's listening. But today, please, I beg you, Donald Trump, please, don't worry about these riots. Don't worry about Palestine anywhere. Just come and join the festival with all your security, man. We won't mind. We'll give you a mic. You can sing Hare Krishna. We know that you know Hare Krishna. We know that you've taken prasadam. Pushkar told me, there was a festival, George Harrison, and Ram Bhadra was there. Got a phone call from the big hall. They're doing a festival. George Harrison wants a cup of dal. George Harrison wants a cup of dal. He's in town with the Beatles or something. What? A cup of dal? Okay, they made like a 32 massive feast for George Harrison. They went round the back door and they're feeding everyone, all the groups. They were feeding prasada. Prasada. This is I'm imitating Jai Pataka Maharaj. And do you know who was there? Donald Trump. Ram Bhadra says Donald Trump took prasadam. He's taken prasadam. He helped this Rath-yatra festival. What a glorious... And what else is he saying? There's two sexes. Everybody knows that in ISKCON. This is simple. 2 and 2 equals 4, I mean, Dhammavarida bhuteshu kamosmi bharatasava. I am sex life according to religious principles. That means get married and have kids. It's simple, And Trump, in some ways, is a simple guy. He believes in God, These people who think they can have homosexual marriages and surrogate kids, they're demons. Nonsense people. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in common sense even. My mom and dad had a child. Everyone had a mom and dad. We believe in families. Hare Krishna believes in families. Family life. Children. We believe in God. We welcome Mr. Trump. Please come. Please come tomorrow and just give us a call and, and we'll make a space for you. and set the example for the whole world. The Hare Krishna is good for the nation, and it's good for Putin's nation also. The science of God can save your nation, every nation. Get free from this karma by purifying our hearts. So, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Our President of the United States Ki. Thank you. Hey, Bhaktavatar Prabhu Ki. So, what time's prasadam? Oh, we're 3 minutes over. Should I ask for questions or not? I've said too much, right? Okay. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Bande Krishna Nanda Kumara. Nanda Kumara Madana Gopala. Madana Gopala. Jaya Jaya Deva Hari. Jaya Jaya Deva Hari. The youngest. Govinda Hari Gopala Hari. Govinda Hari Gopala Hari. Jaya Prabhu Ji Darayalari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bande Krishna Nanda Kumara Nanda